Dear viewer, we are very pleased to present you our innovation called Climate Change Risk Assessment and Integrating Adaptation Measures into Planning, which was developed by the experts of the implementing partner cooperative Sarob, Tajikistan. So further on, during this short video, we will call this innovation briefly the Sarob approach. So, what is Sarob approach? For several years, our employees have been trained on climate change trainings and topics. Among them were two tools that were more appropriate for our farmers and cooperative members. These two tools were presented by two international consulting companies, Adelphi and EcoConsult. But each of them had different trainings, methodologies, and approach to climate change risk assessment. Adelphi's product was called the Climate Expert Tool, while EcoConsult was called Integrating Climate Change Adaptation into Development Planning. These two tools inspired us to develop a new module for simple farmers using the aforementioned tools. So we had a new product or module which we called Climate Change Risk Assessment and Integrating Adaptation Measures into Planning, or briefly the Sarob approach. So, what the topics does the approach include? There are several steps to go through this training. The first step is to identify the hazard. Here, farmers identify several climate hazards associated with their activities. The second step is a vulnerability assessment. Here, farmers analyze each climate hazard and identify how vulnerable their activity is to a particular climate hazard. And the third step is to identify adaptation measures. When the farmer has already identified the climate hazard where his activities are most vulnerable, he or she will now have to think about several adaptation options to prevent climate risk. And the fourth step is to prioritize and choose an adaptation measure. According to methodologies, out of several adaptation measures, the farmer chooses one, the most beneficial adaptation measure. And the fifth step is implementation. Here the farmer implements in practice the adaptation measure which was selected according to step 4. The sixth step is the evaluation and monitoring of the implemented adaptation measure. As this cycle shows, the farmer goes through the whole stage, starting from identification of climate hazards to implementation of the adaptation measure and evaluation of the results. Target audience for this training. This training can be conducted for farmers, for producer groups, or processing companies. Trainees will learn after the training. First, identify climate hazard. They can assess vulnerability. They can identify adaptation options and prioritize according to the table. And also, they can choose the best option and implement in their business. As an implementing partner, Cooperative Sarob has already some achievements regarding this approach, like we had conducted trainings for 500 project farmers according to this approach. Sarob is offering training services on climate change for other partner organizations and NGOs. And also, Sarob will include this training for Better Cotton project plan and conduct for program farmers in general. So thank you very much. We are very happy to all cooperate with you. And here are some details about us, about our company. If you have any questions, any additional information, please do not hesitate to contact us. Thank you very much for watching.